Okay, this is the problem of the week for November 9th. And again, it is timely. It is about voting rates. And of course, last week was election week. Election day was on Tuesday. And so, once again, a timely topic. In the town of Algebrania, Algebrania sounds kind of like Transylvania. So maybe left over from Halloween. People are still thinking about Halloween. Town of Algebrania, there are 5,310 residents who are registered to vote. All right. So we got Algebrania. Algebrania. And we've got 5,310 possible voters, right? Registered to vote sort of means you can vote. You have to be uh, typically registered to vote. And so 5,310 people registered to vote. Just using a little picture, again, talking about what we want to do when we're working with word problems. And so I've represented the place as this circle here, and we got 5,310 people in there who can vote. In the last election, 60% of the registered voters turned out to cast their votes. Okay, so 60% of the registered voters turned out to cast their vote. So right there, I'm going to remind you about in a word problem, what very often, a math word problem, what very often does the word of mean? All right. So if you want to visualize this, it sort of looks like, right, 60%. Well, if I just do a diameter across the circle, that would be what? That would be 50%. We got to be 10% beyond that. So maybe something like that in there. This would be the 60%. So if that's 60%, how many did not turn out to vote? Well, of course, that would be 40%. So you want to get all you can out of a problem as you read it, think about it, take out of it what they give you naturally, but also think about those other implied things that are being talked about. Okay? The polling centers for Algebrania were open from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. So from 8 o'clock in the morning, and then they closed at 6 p.m. All right. So that's when you could vote in that time frame. Approximately. Now, there's a very interesting word. Approximately. That's about, right? Now, when they're going to use that word at some point later in time, they're going to have to tell you, they're going to have to give you a degree of accuracy. If they're going to use the word approximately, then at some point they're going to have to say, they should say, how accurate they want you to be. How close do you have to come? Approximately how many voters cast their votes each hour that the polling centers were open, right? If voters entered at a constant rate, so you got uh, your voting uh, places, and people are coming in, people are streaming in to vote, and if you assume they come in at a constant rate, and you had 60% of the 5,310 people vote from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., um, how many voters cast their vote each hour? Each one of those hours if they were coming in at a constant rate. And here comes again the degree of accuracy they're looking for. Express your answer to the nearest whole number. Nearest whole number. So uh, round decimals, 5 and above, give it a shove is sort of what they're saying right there. So that's the problem of the week for November 9th. We hope you'll give it a shot to get yourself in the prize.